Alright, Will Barrett here, course manager at Easonmoor Golf Club. We're just doing a short video here to update you with what's gone on in the back end of this year and what we're going to be doing throughout the winter. Luckily, throughout this back end, the rain has been minimal. As you can probably see out on the golf course, the course is very dry. The greens have been performing really well, apart from a couple of weeks ago when we had the warm temperatures, we had a disease outbreak. Luckily now Nature's Fungicide has come in with this cold weather. Unfortunately, our leaf blower has broken down. That is away for warranty repairs. Unfortunately, we're waiting for the parts to come back from America, but hopefully that's not going to be too long. We've had the whole course 30 drained by a contractor. This has helped massively with the drainage, and this will continue year by year. We've also verti drained the greens. That's had a positive impact on the drainage on them. And now we're going to go around to parts of the golf course and show you what our winter projects are going to be and the reasons why we will be doing them. Okay, so we're just here on between the 11th and the 18th. This is some work we carried out last year within the heather. We removed about 5 or 6 silver birches from this area of heather, and then going forward from this was done in February to now, this heather has thrived and flowered and become really nice. So we need to continue this through all the way. We're going to go all the way through this down the left hand side of 18 by removing the gorse. We're going to scrape off to the peat layer. And this is going to encourage the heather to come back and also open up the views across the golf course as you play in the 18th. All this work is coming from, we've appointed a course architect, Steve Marnock. He's done as a master plan of the golf course. We're going to be working with him through the stages of what we want to do. We're still finalising some of the plans on that, but eventually we will be letting that out for members to see. But just for now, we're just finalising a few bits. Another area, we're between 11 and the first fairway on 9. This is another area where we cleared out the trees and the heather again is coming back. We also did a small trial area to scrape back, and as you can probably see hopefully, this heather is come back from February till now with us doing nothing. So this is proven to us that the heather seed is in the ground, and once that turf is stripped off, the regeneration is, well, the best I've ever seen from what I've done work at other places. So we're going to continue this back up towards 11 green. We're just taking a small section out again here, scraping off heather regeneration, and the same from the oak tree here. We're going to remove these silver birches and scrape off an area up there. Obviously these areas are going to be GUR just for a couple of years while the heather regenerates, but the results we're seeing so far are fantastic, and we want to continue this throughout the golf course. We're now stood on the 5th green, and this already is a prime example of what work we will be carrying out on here. As you can see, I am currently stood in the shade with the sun moving around in this direction. We started last year by removing a block of trees there, but this isn't enough. This is one of the worst greens on the golf course. It's really struggling because of no sunlight and no airflow. So we've got a contractor coming in January, and we're going to remove a large block of trees behind this green with a small couple of sections of rhododendrons. Don't worry, we're not taking them all out, but we are going to remove some sections of rhodies because this green is really struggling even in summer for sunlight, especially coming into the back end of the year in the likes of September, October, November, when our disease pressures are high. This green just gets eaten alive by fusarium. So we will be removing some rhodies, but most of the trees will be going. We're just here between 2 and 9, and again this is just some tree removal. To the green we've got a lovely oak tree getting smothered by silver birches, another oak, and again all the way down this left hand side there's silver birches just smothering Scots pines and oak trees. So we're going to remove these silver birch, and hopefully them trees will then flourish. Like I say, the tree removal we will be doing this year, but it's going to be between us and the architect. We're not going to be taking anything down willy-nilly. We're mainly working on the areas that we think we can get heather, and also we can get wispy rough through. Just here on the left hand side of 10 between 1, another area of heather. Yeah, some of you might have seen the lads out with little shaker pots. What that is a selective herbicide that is basically killing everything but the heather. So next year the heather has a chance to thrive and it's not competing with the grass. But this is another area that's a great example of not being managed or unmanaged woodland. We've got oaks growing on top of oaks, so they're all growing very gnarly. Gorse out of control over here on the left, and just nothingness. So we want to create the feeling of openness on this left hand side of this hole on 10, but also give chance for some selective oak trees to have the chance to become a stunning tree. As you can see, some of them are just, they're awful. So we will be removing some oaks, all the birch up here, the gorse, and again we'll be scraping these areas off for heather regeneration. So we're just here on the 6th approach. Probably many of you have noticed we've had some drainage work done by a contractor. Basically just redrained the approach because it was flooding quite a lot and the water was just getting stagnant. That also should help out the drainage that runs down the fairway, that runs into that drain. Also, while we're on with drainage, we've dug all the ditches out. We've had the outlet of, well, most of the course that drains from the far end into 4 into the ditch. That has now been fixed, so we're hoping we've solved that problem with the flooding on 3 and 4. Only time will tell with that one.
I just wanted to add, if there's any more questions, just by myself, I'm Steve, obviously ask Will, and we all know Howard, the Greens chairman as well.